seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
How might I be of service? Stop by again soon. How might I be of service? Many thanks.
Well, it takes two to make a sale. And this seller had nothing to tempt us. With. Our funds are better spent elsewhere.
The month I spent with Lord Phasus was a queer experience indeed. Though my mind was perpetually unclear, I always felt your...
Boy, no need to overthink it. You can change it on a whim. You've, well, got any findings to share? Many thanks. Interested in my wares?
A customer then. That changes things. Just tell me what you need, and I'll see you come again when you've more coin to spend.
Aye, I'm keeping well enough. Me? Now, this hardly bears say. But don't. Many thanks. Me? Now, this hardly bears saying. But don't you dare. Many thanks.
I'll go the adventuring.
Spend all day here.
I swear I've never slept better.
This may require a delicate.
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
How might I be of service? Many thanks.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
Ah, excellent find. There's something strange about the way time passes here.
Indeed. Aught we once held to be true is now changed.
Is there no way to return things to how they were before?
We've little need for a campsite at present.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
Oh, I'm all for swapping stories. But perhaps another night? I can scarce keep my eyes open.
There, Master! Succubi!
We are no means exploiting our enemy's weakness.
Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
The creature's corpse will serve us well.
Go right ahead.
Since times of eld, dragon blood has been used to refine all manner of equipment. I myself learned the art by deciphering ancient texts. Remember, draconic blood flows through the veins of lesser drakes as well. Bring me what ye reap. I shall harness. Then I bid ye farewell.
I do so enjoy stocking up on supplies.
I quite understand the desire to buy items purely for the pleasure of owning them.
You have my support. With the port crystal placed, we'll be able to use a ferry. Going to return here in an instant.
Well met, sir. Many thanks.
Let me get that.
Since time, remember, draconic. Blood flows through the vein, then I bid ye farewell.
Come to think of it, different masters favor different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
fascinating. This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
These are troubled times, but rest assured, our doors shall remain open and our beds soft. Much obliged.
Am I shedding? Must be my winter coat growing in.
Ooh, I can't wait to find out what's inside. Consider me your bulwark. A well-aimed strike, right where it hurts.
Cleanse yourself of that oil post haste. Yes, Master. These things are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. Our foe hasn't even noticed what's been pilfered. That is hard.
What fails to distract us? Focus your strength, Risen!
Seems we have been raised.
Might we not use their rage to our advantage?
It is easily done.
Job done. I'm here to aid you. I cannot begin to fathom what will become of the world after this.
In truth, I cannot help but praise God. Yet I shall defend our master's world all the same.
No! The monster's left something for us.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the Watching One. Is this your doing, newest of the Arisen? I am he who brought the dragon low, and o'er its bones raised the proud kingdom of vermin. Despite the magnitude of my feat, I was dissatisfied and sought e'er greater heights, till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One, the being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not. Yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's unwavering gaze ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery, for if all is but a stage, did that not render my hard-won glories, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch? Aye, 'twas all a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the Arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beastman, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of a new Arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yet, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself. Falter not, newest of the Arisen. For your path is just, and fading spirit though I am, I may yet summon those who can be of aid to you.
I see you have returned, Arisen One. The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer. If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here. For this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
Making this place a refuge is a splendid idea. 'Tis safe and apt to become quite cheerful once a crowd settles in.
I quite agree.
That took nary a moment. Now that we're here, what did you have in mind, Arisen?
Not game enough to hang about here.
Might I interest you in my humble way? Much obliged, sir. Well met. Looking to make a purchase? Much obliged, sir. Might I interest you in my... Humble ware? Much obliged, sir.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
Ah, excellent find.
Can't wait for the new equipment to come. Money can buy comfort.
I heard a rumor that this land was...
We shall remain here.
This sort of quiet means all's well.
This is quite a quandary. I swear I've not blinked once in the last hour.
Mind, I have...
Got to keep moving.
Always sets me to think this place.
Would that all my days so got to focus. My head will blow.
Time to hit the
Working this field all I know. I am so at your name. Points no good if you will yourself to
Am I shedding?
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Need anything? Times change, but there's always coin to be made. Many thanks.
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you... The end of the world? Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we and the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary. But I doubt I could convince the people of this city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your Majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
Maintaining order in Vermont must be quite a burden upon the young Regent King. Let us aid him, however. Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
Ah, I remember you. What brings you to the encampment? 'Tis a miracle you're still alive. Though I dare say that's true of all of us. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife, well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her doorstep. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party, as to her. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the incumbent is made ready to depart with all due haste.
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
You have my support.
We ought urge the people to flee to the seafloor shrine. The red clouds seem to be less abundant thereabouts.
But will the people do as we suggest? The crux of the problem is how best to convince them.
I suppose we might as well gather what we can.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
At any rate, look how many women we count among our number.
And yet, no two of us are the same.
Magics are at your disposal.
felt it, I cannot say. Go forth, Talos. May you strike down any dragon in your path.
What manner of power can compel such a gigantus to movement? It does not appear poised to attack us. Let us keep watch for the time being. Tis a ballista, Arisen.
'Tis a glad thing we happened upon this. Unleashing it during combat ought to fluster up. Never fear, for I am here.
Might I be of assistance? Tis rather peace.
You see, Arisen? We have no...
Talos Warp.
What did you do? We have great...
Now there's a worthy prize. If only 'tweren't so far away.
The statue halted the cloud's advance. Did the pawn within impel the statue to action?
This was your doing, was it not? I'll not pretend to understand, but you have my gratitude all the same. 'Twas enough to give me hope of snatching this world from the jaws of ruin.
Truly, the strength of the mortal will ne'er ceases to amaze.
You seem distracted. Is aught amiss?
Perhaps you believe destruction to be my goal. That I seek to bring an end to this ill-begotten world. However, naught could be further from the truth. In this world, I exist only to observe, to read all that unfolds.
Arisen? Could it be that the world forged addresses you even now?
Well, well. 'Twould seem that this man is aware of my presence, if only in part.
I confess I know not what you are, nor do I care. Be you a transcendent being of a piece with the divine, or only an observer keeping watch on us from afar. Know this, you have no right to deem this world a mistake.
He bears a will strong and true. Had he but chosen a different path, he would have made a fine Arisen. Yet, there is no sense lamenting what might have been, for that title has lost all meaning. After all, what need is there for Arisen in a world coming apart at the seams?
You underestimate mortal kind at your peril. Mark my words, the day will come when I divine the truth of this world,
And on that day, I shall free it from its yoke, from the burden of this loathsome dogma of dragons!
Did my words reach the matter? I will not be swayed. Continue your fight, Arisen, as I will mine. Let it never be said that I wanted for constancy. To the last, I shall see my will done.
The monsters left us a parting gift. I'll see it safely into my pack, don't you worry. Look, Master! Magma scales!
As you wish. I shall return directly.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous times to be wandering about. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kindness.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful. The path seems much changed since last we walked it.
Outstanding. Pray, light your lantern, Master.
What is it?
No need to worry about... No need to worry about me, friend. No need to...
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Apologies, Master. My mind was 1,000 leagues away.
Ensure your next attack is no less purposeful. The red clouds portend naught but ill omens.
They are the cause of all this misfortune. Naught can be made right so long as they remain. Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
You pulled that off with nary a hitch. It will be a rude shock for our first wife.
One of us has been drenched.
You wish me to return? At once, Master. I'll gladly take on any foes.
If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die.
Understood.
To think Talos would topple our foe! I witnessed the feat with my own eyes, and I can still scarce believe it! Oh, a ballista!
This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins, I wonder?
Would you find Sir Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your assistance. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name is. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you to try your hand? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. 'Twould be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
Right you are.
Fancy me? Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Aye, fine. I'll do it. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind, but you've my word. I'll get them to safety.
Sir Lamond shall be a boon to the evacuation effort. Let us inform Sir Ernesto of our success.
Right you are.
Living's hard, but dream...
I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamond's arm to defend us. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the impending chaos intact.
Right you are.
Best oil my equipment. Follow the chance.
Well, greeting. Its healing waters draw upon the volcano's In my line of business, patience always a pleasure. Well met, sir. How might I be of service?
Nothing like a soak in the spring to cure one's battle aches. What say you, Master? Shall we set out at once?
By your leave.
Best oil my equipment.
Methinks there are rare materials to be found hereabouts.
Well spotted.
I've wept, truth be told.
I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. What with the volcano? Growing more active of late as well. Always a pleasure.
A ballista is arranged...
You know, I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake beneath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head at least. Always a pleasure.
Bed calls, and I shan't resist.
Wearing armor.
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it leads?
Ah, excellent find. My talents lie in combining materials. That dragon is no
It's not like to improve our situation, which means there's naught for it but to stand and
'Tis heartening to think that the peril has passed by our efforts, if only for a time.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot. Do watch where you're going. You'll hurt yourself one of these days.
Oh, don't mind me. These things happen.
What is missing? Not much going on. It is quiet about.
I know so little of this world. And of
Radiant
myself.
ne'er put gold in my pocket.
May this prayer bring people's salvation.
My papa really would have been better off a baker. If you see old Uncle...
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they conclude.
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. we would speak with you. So you are returned, Sir Arisen. We are gladdened to find you safe and well in the midst of this calamity. Now, to what do we owe the pleasure of this visit? You would have the people of this nation abandon their homeland to seek sanctuary elsewhere. 'Tis no small thing you ask of us. We will require some time to consider. For now, prithee speak with Sir Manella. You will doubtless find her patrolling the city. Her assistance will be indispensable if we are to undertake the evacuation of Batal and the checkpoint rest town.
For my liking.
I am proud of my devotion, as well I should be.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Knowing...
Aye. Is that...
You don't look like much.
Well met.
You've pushed your luck too far. I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
Sir Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it. Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long, with every soul at their wits' end. Conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
'Tis no mere tavern brawl we are to mediate, Master. Due caution is advised me. Thinks.
Right you are.
I've no word.
That's quite enough.
You've pushed your luck too...
Quit acting so What are you waiting for? You had enough. Now's your chance.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that. Haven't you had enough yet? You're the one who started this.
Stop this nonsense, the pair of you.
That's quite...
I must stand firm.
You're just riding on your father's coattails.
You slander my honor, sir. I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Narborough, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further.
Have at you! 10 times stronger than I'll ever be.
Stay back, lest you get caught in the fray.
Have you lost your wits? Keep your distance!
Trust in yourself as I trust in you!
Go on, have a look. This can't be happening. I haven't the foggiest if I'm honest.
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The loss is mine.
Nay, 'twas I who underestimated you. I'd thought to score an easy victory, but you fought—
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on your account. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this nonsense might have cost one of us their life.
Indeed. Better to hone our respective skills than take up arms against petty slights, I say.
It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this.
My heart is light as a feather after that exchange.
Oi! I saw it first. Pho, trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. Is this some kind of joke? You're siding with that flea-ridden hide? You can bloody have it then, Nomos. I hope you choke on it.
I owe you thanks, stranger. I never thought you'd take my side. This ought to be a lesson to me, I suppose. I'd taken all humans for scoundrels, but you seem a decent sort. Come to think of it. Mayhap I owe Glint an apology as well.
Your response has proven their prejudice is faulty. I dare say those gentlemen will bury the hatchet anon.
I like that!
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
Firm, or they'll have us all!
Wish Brock were here.
Keep it
Nothing
up.
scary. You can count on me to keep you safe.
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set up...
Things appear to have quietened down around the city. Shall we bring word of our doings to Sir Manella?
I quite agree.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take... The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now.
By your leave.
Isn't it about time we had ourselves a meal? Oh, what I wouldn't give for a bowl of hot stew.
One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make another request of you. It regards Lord Phases. Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, he has staunchly refused to leave this land behind. We thought that he might be more inclined to heed your words, as our own have fallen on deaf ears. Would you be willing to call on him in our stead? Of course, you are free to decline if our
Pray, excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
Back Batal and the rest town are now safely evacuated. I am certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace.
That was certainly worthwhile. I better get to work.
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears to lay waste to the land. Or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been forestalled, or merely postponed? I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
I can see where we need to go, but some fell power is blocking our way.
Many paths are closed to us now, on account of the dragon's descent. But we must find a way to them.
Fear not. 'Tis well in hand.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
Principles unborn as dust.
It seems this is the only way forward. Up we go. Enough dallied. A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now behind us.
Naught can be achieved without sacrifice. Alas, a theory unproven is of little practical use.
I refuse.
The beast's fell powers are twice as terrible in the flesh.
Read your senses. If aught feels out of place.
Naught can threaten us if we watch each other's backs.
Few know the real nature of the dragon. Only truly partial observers can see.
There it is! The dragon at the heart of all this destruction.
Do not despair! I'm coming to your aid!
Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned. Never mind. You've your charge, 'tis true, and the fiends appear to be falling back. But I trust you won't object if I take a sample of its remains. After all, your role is to save this world, and mine is to pursue its secrets. Though this land has seemingly been spared its destruction, there is no guarantee of safety. The oceans yet cloud the skies, and monsters swarm in ever greater numbers. As 'twill be difficult to continue my research under such conditions, I have decided to evacuate. I only hope that this sanctuary of yours will prove more conducive to my work.
We've arrived well enough. Where to next? To think, that vase was in truth
Herr Menno,
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager. No harm in picking a few.
We need not words to show our intentions. The elves may come to trust us if we prove ourselves in deed.
The elves are a people worth befriending, if we can but find a way to soften their hearts.
Salma Arenfer.
I fear for the arbor.
Yet would seem there is far more at stake here. Very
Sufin elelote osto silfa malantha alecano mine in avehum. Sinde fir areng.
Might there be aught over there?
We ought to take a closer look.
The sky glows red with fury. Numi ondo anike liavani albike.
As a matter of fact,
Lungtena peli telume, ane martir, tindome ingari. Kiriando an mindor hiroth.
A solitary shard is good for little. We need to seek out more of these if 'tis to be of use.
we ought to keep it with care, lest we lose it.
Orni atahir, ostoli.
That dragon far exceeds that of other monsters.
Such a creature!
moves nimbly by clinging to the terrain. Try to keep it within your gaze at all times. If we can get it close enough, the Majesty comes to a standstill. Can't just climb upon it. Understood. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
'Tis easily done.
Try not to will not find a better opening.
The creature is gone. Let us revel in the knowledge that this region has escaped its destruction.
I see you do not relent. Your persistence is most intriguing. What is it that impels you, my mother? Alas, would that the world had not come to this. For I am certain that your tale would have been a glorious one. Yet, 'twas not to be. You need only cast your gaze upward to glimpse the futility of your defiance.
This party is fit for adventure. Our strengths complement each other well.
No challenge is beyond our combined might.
'Tis as you say.
Nihia menial, falia tialvana pasor.
Lomentari. Kyriando an my...
And the wind fair nor Endiran and Newman.
I fear for the Arbor. Yet it would seem there is far more at stake here.
Our master has given us an order. Surely you do not intend to disobey.
Alla humor nowhere.
Elelote anfir osto silfa malantha alecano mine infer.
May the spring's warmth follow us to... "'Tis a perilous journey I've had arisen. When that griffin came upon us, I feared we were done for.
There is naught more you can achieve here, Arisen. The time for resistance is long past.
I fear for the Arbor. Yet it seems there is far more at stake here.
That went as well as we might have hoped. Let us cast our eyes about and... analyze the situation.
Don't I know that?
Another day.
The clouds consume more of this world with each passing moment. Is there no way to prevent this fate? If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for their use? You may assure him that the royal treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Monsters range nearer than here they dared before.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched between you and me. I fear for her health. Have you come to claim my life, Arisen? Well, far be it from me to deny, but I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. All I did for my darling son. So do as you will. I have no intention of begging for mercy. Do with me as you will. I fear you loathe me.
All that remains is for you to fulfill your final duty, to witness this world's end with your own eyes.
I fear you loathe me, Arisen.
Such quietude.
His armor's fastened against the wall.
Such quietude.
I'm trained for this. On my shoulders. Not within poor ever happens here. I'll feel a sight better once found out.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
You would gather materials here, Master. Can we really afford to carry more?
Be gone with you, ruffian. These carts are mine. I paid good gold for them. And if you think I'll surrender a single one, you'd best think again. I require the use of all of them to transport my wealth to safety.
These writings could be of import.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I've just sold off my last cart. That fellow over there gave me a handsome price for half a dozen of them.
Be gone with you, and if you think I require the use of all...
Begging your pardon, sir.
Be gone with you, ruffian. And if you think I'll surrender... I require the use of...
Begging your pardon, sir, but I...
How might I be of assistance?
I'm not taking any pet.
Be gone with you. And if you think I'll surrender... I require the use of all of them to transport my wealth.
Is this enough to have avoided...
At last!
What are you doing? Put that away. No! Spare me! I fear for my life. I must pull myself together.
Well, reckon he won't be coming back here in a hurry. As a matter of fact, I'd like to thank you for that. It didn't sit right, see? Having my wares claimed by some puffed-up minister trying to save his own skin. Anyhow, as long as I've got my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. And if that craven comes crawling back, I'll tell him bandits took them.
Minister Allard has fled, and good riddance. I doubt there ever was a more cravenly character in all Vermund.
You have my support.
Always sets me to think of this place.
I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. Yet in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And besides, I cannot deny that I was proud. I wished to see my own son on the throne, and no other.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided. Had I only been more attentive, if I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together, we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt.
Ah, you've returned. How fares your procurement of those carts? You do? My thanks. That puts paid to the last of our preparations. I will inform the citizenry forthwith.
But not at the expense of... My duty. It's not enough for a moment there. Let them.
Pray, slow your feet. You run too fast for the likes of me.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Busy as always, I see.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
What was it I had to do?
This ladder can take us to new heights.
We ought to put it to good use.
I shall be your shadow.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
There's no need to make camp here. We've energy enough to press on for a while yet.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors. Very well. I shall return. Battle is to be avoided, I take it, Arisen.
Let us defer to the Arisen's judgment.
That's just what I was thinking.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Hang in there, Master! I'm coming to assist! Our foe was repelled by some miracle. Now this region shall be safe. At least for the time being.
Just as dull as the last.
Let's see a look at my wares.
Each day is the same as the one
I suppose we might as well gather what we can.
I fear I've not you. My only object.
Time to be heading home.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you. If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
What do you think? Does this suit me?
Aught you need of me? Aught you need of me?
Did you want some?
Ooh, stomach's complaining. I'll have an early supper.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Vales Heronon Lar.
Montana fi oyo.
The sky glows red with fury. Do you know anything of this
Arid fel so.
Fear Alakali.
Ronde Minita?
And the wind fair no Endilra. More in Osto.
Lomentari. Lungtena peli telume. Lungtena peli telume.
And the wind fair no Endilra. And you.
I fear for the Arbor. Yet 'twould seem that what has become of this world? We cannot be sure we will be safe here. Yet... You think we need to evacuate? I see. I should gladly follow you, but I fear my father will not be so easily persuaded. Nonetheless, we can but try. Come.
As Arborist, Sir Taliesin is the leader of the Elven people. Let us follow our guide that we might speak with him.
I quite agree.
And the wind fair no Endilra. And you.
Findelnar, ne veo norwende lis kemen. Moriven lis irumar meltol netara.
Kasinke telpi nun finaler. Nun karilm ilmen arkael. Silfa nambau.
Mornambue roth enfane avas ruorne kemen malantar ingadur. Fil
Kemenindor kanyan irils aldekar. Eteler lea fermor eldalia eralotte.
I am afraid my father has closed his heart so tightly that even my words cannot reach him. If only the Arbor heart were restored to health, perhaps he might be persuaded.
Lungtena peli telume. Lungtena peli telume. Lungtena peli tel.
Valis Harenan, Ailana Fe in Minir. Svindemon Fionar.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Elelote anfir osto silfa malantha alecano mine.
We must rest. I return safe and sound. I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Off we go then.
A new day, a new perspective. Herminda, Heruarminda.
Sohir of Molis.
Fionar elwe alcarwa fir nun eldai. Vanelin huror soron. Sorne.
The elves have evacuated, leaving their ancestral home behind. But surely their survival is worth such a cost.
Outstanding.
Sono oio luntarma.
Might as well take a look. Oh, you're here, eh?
I'll take any chance.
Where are you off to?
Care to stay at the Dogma?
Interested in my wares? Welcome. Might as well take a look while you... You're here, eh? Many thanks.
'Tis most exhilarating to hand over such a sum.
We've a journey to prepare for after all. We can't afford to cut corners.
I've a selection of wares that sure hope to see you again.
Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry. There is a matter I would entrust to you alone. You have my gratitude.
Welcome. Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you.
Always a pleasure.
I'm honored, Master. This maester's teaching is a precious gift. I swear I shall make good use of it.
Greetings. You need only make a worthy offering in I have seen your path. Make. You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
Welcome.
Come take a look. You'll be glad you did. Always a pleasure.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Not an enemy in sight. I'm almost disappointed.
I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies any day.
My thanks. Pray, take this with...
Tales of your adventure.
Shall we get some rest then?
Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well.
worlds uncountable created, only to be snuffed out like candles by the cold breath of oblivion. Eventually, the Great Will tired of witnessing this. It sought to overturn oblivion by granting unto it a role, a duty, an identity. I speak of the dragon. By the Great Will does the dragon create a cycle, allowing it to forestall the end of this world time and time again. Yes, Arisen. This world has been safeguarded by the dragon. You yourself were chosen to form part of this cycle. The Arisen is selected by the Great Will to play the role of the dragon's counterpart. That is how this world is built. The dragon seeks to continue the cycle, and the Arisen exists to oppose it. This is the true meaning of the dragon's dogma. Once, everyone in this world had a role to play. For a well-crafted tale has no excess. There must be a reason for each character's inclusion. Yet, this means that should even one of these characters stray from their assigned role, the tale entire will unravel. And if it does, their world will end. Such is the choice you have made, Arisen. By rejecting your own duty in this world, you have robbed all others of the chance to fulfill the roles they were assigned. The pawns are no exception. All of the nothingness of them. Pawns are no exception. Born in the nothingness of oblivion, they were granted the role of aiding in the perpetuation of the cycle. Yet, left of the dragon, that role has been unwritten. Only nothingness awaits them now. And there is surely no fate more pitiful than to be possessed by the hollowness of oblivion, only to become one with oblivion itself.
To me now, Arisen. I am no longer a mere vessel. Your great will has imbued me with a lesser will of my own. Will is power. 'Tis the means to shape the world as one desires. Master!
tale's end has been unwritten. My heart, it aches. A new world comes. A new tale is set to unfold. Yet, it seems I will not be there to watch it.
Boots on an endless virgin white canvas, I come to my senses on a cold new morning. Open my eyes on the world, all without hope, without pain. I'm alone in a world full of turmoil and strife, but I'm alive, and I know I'll survive. I will make it. A stage set for greatness, with no audience to witness the cast take their place. Raise the curtain and let the drama unfold. All told, we'll be glad that we got to play. Open my eyes, take a step on the road that will lead me into the dawn. I don't know where it will take me to, but I know I'm alive, and I will make my way. Made my choice, I finally see that I am finally free. See me, hear me, take my hand. I will follow you if you will follow me. I'm not alone here.